Om, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om, Om. Greetings to you. We do not want to follow that one. That one is quite difficult, is it not? That one was special, was it not? And that one came in at the very last minute. This one, James, was knowing that it was going to be Sananda, but at the last minute, Yeshua, as that personality, Yeshua, within the Sananda Yeshua duo, we will say here, he wished to bring this message forward, and quite what a message this was. We would strongly suggest to the one to our right here that she do what she can to transcribe this. It is very important that not only hundreds or thousands, but millions get to hear that and see that message. It was quite profound for those that are ready to hear it and see it. We do not have message now after that. So maybe Shoshana does, but she only usually responds to questions. But we will see. Shoshana?
I do not.
Very good, yes. So we will take your questions if you have them. We know we have done this several times now, but we also know that there are many questions that are not asked, that go unanswered, because those many of you are shy about asking a question, thinking whatever you might be thinking about here. But we would ask you that the questions that you have that go unanswered are also unanswered for others that have that same question. So ask it if you have it.
I have a question.
Yes.
As we go up the chakra system, and you say, feel the energy, excuse me, in each one. Now, I really want to feel that energy. I'm not sure if I am. As I get up to the higher chakras, the 6th and 7th in the soul star chakra, I can feel it more. And in fact, it's harder to know each one. It's almost like they start to kind of blend together as the energy rushes. Is there anything you can suggest to help me feel the energies of the chakra?
First of all, dear Cynthia, you are the one that is the feeling one. You are the one that is more able even than most to experience or feel or even see those energies. Have we not told you that long ago here, when you were complaining, if you want to say that's not a good word here, but you expressing, yes, that you could not see whenever we would do the visualization experiences with you, in terms of out-of-body experiences. And you could not see anything, you would say. You see dark space, or you see the back of your eyes, or whatever it is that you used to say here, you see? And how far you have come as a result of all of this that has been happening, because you have persevered. You have stayed with it throughout everything. And we highly, highly applaud you for doing so. You have no idea. There are those that are out there that are watching you specifically. They're the watchers watching the watcher, remember? And they are there and watching and understanding your vibration and seeing how far you have come in this very difficult world. And it was even made more difficult for you because you came as a babe here, in a sense, without all of the many past lives here in this evolution. And you had to make your way through this life without having the benefit of all the previous experiences that most here have had. You see? Yes. So applaud yourself. Pat yourself on the back. You have come a long way, baby.
Thank you so much.
We don't think we answered your question,
no,
though.
We will
Perhaps,
answer.
yes,
We
Shoshana will now
answer.
answer your question, yes.
Dear sister, may we share?
Yes, please.
Dear sister, you wish to feel the energy of the chakra system. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you practice?
Not much recently, no.
And what is recently?
The last year.
That is a long time not to practice.
Yes.
So, when you were practicing before this long year, did you feel the energy of the chakra?
I think I did because having worked
Do you know or do you think?
I know because I was experiencing that hurt a long time ago when I met it all the time because it would pull the energy, would actually pull my toes down and I could feel the energy.
So, dear one, you have your answer.
Silly me.
No, we are not. Dear sister, we wish to help. We do not wish for any beautiful being to deprecate. See?
Yes.
You are not silly. But what you are, if we may share this, is a bit lazy. Who in this room and who in the audience has not been lazy, has not been willing to put forth the effort to achieve something? This is, on this planet, the difficulty. This is, on this planet, the thing that stops everyone, is discipline, is moving forward with effort. So, my dear sister, if you wish for something, put the effort in. Namaste.
Namaste.
Very good. Are there any further questions here?
Namaste. I do have a question.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
First of all, thank you so much. Very grateful for this beautiful message, for this beautiful gathering in sacredness. I had a strong feeling of Joshua. Therefore, I asked the last couple of days, and I'm grateful for that beautiful message. Now, my question is, would you be able to expand more so I can understand on different aspects of the avatar, for example, Jesus the Christ, Yeshua and Sananda? Thank you.
Yes, and this has come up actually several times in this time here. Others have wondered about this as well. So we will expand on it as best we can here, and then Shoshana will likely have a different or another perspective here. But for understanding the idea of Yeshua and Sananda being both one and separate at the same time, we know that is somewhat difficult. And we also know that there are so many across the population of this planet that do not even know what a higher self is, you see, and would not even begin to look at this particular question. So just in the fact that you and those of you on these calls and all of that can even ask a question such as this tells you how far you have come here. So now we will answer, though, in terms of the Sananda as the higher self, you might say, of Yeshua, and Yeshua becoming an aspect of that higher self, Sananda. Yeshua had his life, had his experiences, became the Christ as he did, ascended as you know. He then was able at that time to continue on as Yeshua, for he was now an ascended being of his own. So therefore, the personality that was and is Yeshua, was absorbed into the higher levels of himself, but not fully. So he continued to have his personality continue on. Now, to look at it in terms of yourselves, you are all on the same path here. When you go through your ascension process, you will also continue on as the personality that you are, and not get fully absorbed into all of the myriad multidimensional selves of who you are at the higher levels, you see? So you will continue on as Yeshua continued on. That is the plan. That is the plan as the second coming that was spoken of. Many thought the second coming was simply Yeshua coming back. No, the second coming is all of you. Okay? Shoshana.
We agree. We do not add.
Very good. Do you understand then that answer?
Yes, thank you. I thought it's beautiful explanation, very expansive. So now my question is, so Yeshua, beloved Yeshua, is the same as Jesus the Christ? Because I believe...
Yes. Yes, he is one and the same, but he was not Jesus Christ, with Christ being the last name. He was not even Jesus. He was Yeshua, Yeshua ben Joseph, you see? And he was able to take on the Christ consciousness, just as he spoke to all of you in this experience of you being able now to take on the Christ consciousness, you see?
Beautiful.
May we add?
Yes.
We have something to add. Dear sister, may we give some information here?
Absolutely, thank you.
All that have studied this lifetime may know this answer. What has occurred here on this planet is the real life of the one known as Yeshua has not been revealed in any religions, you see. So you have a picture, or you may have a picture, it may not be that you have this picture, that it is a lifetime that has been depicted through the Christian religion. This is all false. This is not the truth, you see. And the one known as Yeshua, that is an Israelite name. That is a Jewish name. As the one, Yeshua, was born into the Jewish sector, you see. The Romans did not like that. The Romans said, we are the ones that control the planet. You do not. So, you see, they gave him a different name. The Romans called him Jesus. We know that our historian here knows that. So the Romans called him Jesus because they did not respect him. So his name is Yeshua. And the total that was there, the name that was there in the Israelites was Yeshua bin Yosef, Jesus, or Yeshua, the son of Joseph, you see, because they honored the Father. They honored that which gave Yeshua his discipline, his training, his beginning in life, you see. So he prefers Yeshua. Namaste.
Thank you. Very, very grateful for this expansion. Thank you. Namaste.
Very good. Are there any further questions here?
I have a question
that
relates to this.
Yeah.
So, and thank you for answering the question that I was going to ask, because you did that. So as I continue on, let's say when I ascend, I'll just call myself Kent. So that personality aspect continues on as Yeshua did. I still have sort of my core soul, or my primary being, I so suspect. That when that ascended master, we'll call him Kent, moves on and continues on will that ascended master then splinter off a part of himself to perhaps go through an ascension again?
Very likely, yes.
Okay.
Because that one is an entity within his own self here, yes. You are still part of the greater whole, all of the multidimensional selves, all the way up to the monad, the beginning here. And then you can certainly be what would be considered a higher God self.
Okay.
Shoshana, do you have?
Of course.
Yeah.
We have a perspective here, dear one, that may bring clarity. May we share?
Absolutely.
Dear one, identity will no longer be important, only the mission, you see. Namaste.
Thank you.
Yes. That is correct. Would there be any other questions here?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
So I'm trying to see how to frame this in a way that will work the best. I had a lot of emotion coming up there when Yeshua was speaking. And it feels that it's the experience of me having been his mother. Now, this may not be true. This may be completely insane. And I've had other times when I can't really trust my gut because I got all these memories, or I don't even know if they're memories. They're just understandings of people's lives, and they're coming at me left, right, and center.
Yeah.
And so I just really want to understand if that's not true, what the hell is, why do I have these? Was there something programmed in me? Or was there some reason?
Your higher heart has opened greatly as a result of what has just occurred. And therefore, the truth is coming through to you. And it is coming through to you in terms of the feelings that you are having, the activation of the tears and all of this. It is because it is an inner knowing. The higher heart is a knowing center. It is not just a wondering center or a could-be center. It is a knowing center. And you having this reaction here is a knowing that you were indeed there. We will not say who directly you were. That must come to you directly. But you were certainly there. And we will also add, as Yeshua already did, many of you in this group in Ancient Awakenings were there at various points, various levels, various personalities. Some you know of in terms of your history, some not so much, but many of you were there in some capacity. Does this answer your question? And maybe
We do.
Shoshana? Yes?
We have it.
Yes, please, Shoshana.
We apologize. Dear sister, may we share?
Yes, please.
Dear sister, each among you, as a human in this incarnation, wishes for an identity. And there is no need for this. But the third realm requires an identity because most of you do not know vibration. And all is vibration. Even the name that you give yourself is a vibration. But you do not speak in vibrations. You speak in language. Now, with that being said, and you wish to know because you feel this tugging at your heart, that am I the mother? You are the archetype of mother, you see. You are that archetype. You cannot push that away. Many of you as females today are the archetype of the Great Mary, are the archetype Mother Mary. So you feel that that is your baby Yeshua because you are the great archetype Mother Mary. You are not Mother Mary. You are the archetype Mother Mary. Which, do you understand this?
Yes, I do. I've had that feeling too.
You are the archetype. Joanna is the archetype mother. Now, she is that archetype. Not to the extent that you are. She has more archetypes blended in her personality. But you are purely the archetype mother. And those that are purely the archetype of mother have much to get through. Dear one, the archetype mother is massively emotional. So, you see, there are other aspects to archetype mother that you must work to, you see. Because the human archetype mother is emotional to the point that it is not constructive anymore. Now, we are not saying you are not constructive. We are saying to watch that you have much higher gifts to offer than the emotional human that is part of the archetype mother. Now, we are sorry that we are direct, but you are past that. So when you love with compassion, you love with understanding, you love with divinity, not with pain and not with suffering. Namaste.
Very good. Are there any other further questions here?
Could I have a definition
Yes.
of type?
May I speak?
Please,
One moment.
Donna is speaking about archetype for answer to
One
question.
moment. Dear brother, this is an expansive subject, so we will share if we may.
Yes, please.
Archetypes, with an S, archetypes are the formation of a type of individual that has those gifts that offers them to the world. Now, do you know an athlete?
An athlete, yes.
An athlete is an archetype. Are you an athlete?
Yes.
You have that archetype within you to play a sport. That is an archetype. Now, this one I speak through has two left feet. She is not an athlete. So she does not contain the archetype athlete. Do you contain the archetype? Are you a mother? Of course not. So what we are saying is that is an archetype. The attributes of a being are explained by archetypes, you see. And you all formed them anyway. You all created in the heavens the archetypes that you wish to play out in this game. So if you wish to throw a ball and be good at that and play a sport, you must have the archetype of that within you, you see. Now, what is important here, dear brother, is that which you are, the gifts that you are through the archetype that you are, must be given freely to the world in divinity, in God's name, you see. That is what is missing foremost. Namaste.
Thank you.
Very good. Then we had a question on your conference, Paul.
This is Catherine. May I speak? Okay, thank you. So I'm going to be transparent here. I feel like I've been lazy and not really done the chakra work. And so my question is, where do I start? You know, because there's so much offerings out there, but I'd like to ask if there's anyone in the circle that could possibly offer me some suggestions or some guidance in that, even from you, my dears. That also about self-inquiry, like Rita was suggesting. And so those are two things that I have not included in my life, and I know it's time. And reading the I Am discourses is like a kick in the butt for me, and I'm really getting that it's time for me to stop listening to my programming. So that's where I'm at right now.
So what we would say to you in terms of where to start is where you are right now. in terms of when you come together in these Sunday calls and we work with you on these chakras and the etheric body and all of this, start from there. Do what we do each Sunday and then build upon that and practice it and work with it. But it becomes more than just a visualization exercise. Once you pass the idea of just simply visualization and become aware of the energy, the full effect of the energy and the feelings that are there, then you are moving further along than just simply we think it's there, but we're really not sure, so we'll just visualize it and make an imagination here. And it becomes much more than that. So start where you are and build upon that. Okay? And Shoshana?
We have a perspective. May we share it with you, dear sister?
Yes, Mother.
Dear one. Dear one, we find that your personality in this lifetime seeks many avenues, seeks the answer in many ways. Is this correct?
Yes.
Well, we will tell you to pick one. Yes, you must pick one, and you must stick to it. What occurs in many lives, in many humans, is that they try this, they try that, they try another. They do this, they do that, they do another. And they accomplish nothing. So what must happen here is you must choose one path and attempt to master it. Now, it has been given for years now on this call how to work with the chakras. For years. Choose that. Or choose, the internet is full of exercises of the chakras. Choose that. But do not dispense your energy among many choices, as you will not fulfill any choices. Does this make sense, dear one?
Yes, very much so.
So please take our advice. Namaste.
Thank you.
Yes, there is a question here, yes?
Yes, I finally decided to ask this question because I am so impacted with Jeshua's presence. I mean, it was serious downloading down there in the back of the room. And I have been attacked by my crystals, literally. They are all over me and talking to me and saying things, and I cannot stop anymore asking this question. It's not about me as the person, but it's about me as my mission. And when we talk about the mother archetypes, I see the mother archetype but not as the mother, but as the mother Gaia. And I believe it's related with those crystals, because I feel those crystals are telling me that you're Mother Gaia and you have to go about your mission. And my mission is about to heal. But here I am. I have been the antithesis of healing in this lifetime. I have been ill my entire life. And now they're telling me about healing, and I'm not understanding, and I would like clarification.
Let's ask a question.
Yes, please, question.
Yes. About my mission as a healer? Is that something that
your question then is your mission to be a healer? Is that your question?
Yes, kind of.
Kind of,
yes.
Or that is it?
Well, that's what it's appealing right now.
So then that is where you start here. If you are feeling that your mission is calling for you to be a healer, and the use of crystals in terms of working with the energies within those crystals and being able to expand those energies through the crystals and to another, then yes, that would certainly be something you could begin to move more fully into. your propensity toward the need or the use of crystals tells you that you have worked certainly with crystals before in the Atlantean times and even in the Lemurian times as we find it, and even times prior to coming here to this evolution here. So we would say that you would want to continue to work with those crystals and begin to understand, as you say, what they are telling you. They are giving you information because it is stored information that only certain ones at this time are able to receive that information through the crystals, you see. To others, a crystal is just a rock. And maybe to others it is a rock that has some energy in it, but they do not know that it holds the energy, it holds the history, it holds the vibration. It's all about vibration. Crystals hold vibration, and crystals can also give off vibration as well, energy. So we would say that you would, yes, want to continue to work with the crystals, and if it is taking you into a healing modality for others, you are speaking about others, we believe here, then you would want to do that. As far as healing yourself, before you can heal others, yes, you need to learn how to work to heal yourself as well. And that, of course, is an inner belief system in order to do that. And it is a belief system in order to be able to heal, work with others as well. Shoshana.
We will share. Do you wish us to share, dear sister? Dear sister, in your speaking, you began with this. I have been ill my whole life. So how could I possibly be a healer? This is what we hear from you. Is this accurate?
No, it is not accurate.
Why would you begin the statement, I have been ill my whole life? Why would that be?
It comes to the point of realization that I have to make my mind about it. And it's just like as I said, it's the antithesis of what I have been, but now is manifesting as this is the next step. And as I said, it's about my mission. It's not about me or my life, my present life experience. It's about moving into my Father's mission. And it's just quiet chalk. That's what I'm
Dear
so...
sister, we will continue here if we may.
Yes, please.
We disagree with you that you do not see the clarity of your mission when it is right in front of you.
Yeah, that's right.
And dear sister, you doubt yourself.
Yes, I agree.
And we know that in the human realm, doubt prevents any expansion, you see. So it is wrong. So do not work on wondering what your mission is. Work on your doubt. Give up your doubt for faith and trust. Work on that daily, and your mission will reveal itself. Do not doubt yourself. And the other thing is, as a healer, how do you go about healing? You see, that is the question. You must go about healing others by asking them if they wish to be healed. Let me explain. If you attempt as a healer to walk around and throw your crystals at people and put blankets around them and attempt to insert your personality, which is very maternal, into their lives, you will find resistance. So we will confirm, dear one, you are a witch, you are a healer, you are the great one, you can heal. You, as this lifetime gave you a time of illness so that you could heal. The antithesis of healing is illness, but a great healer cannot heal without knowing illness. That is how it works.
Yes.
And because you have great amounts of illness, you have great amounts of healing within you. You see. You have the highest degree of that. So now, give up the doubt, ask permission before you come up and heal anyone.
Do it.
You must ask permission. That is the key to your healing. Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Namaste.
I'm so happy. Thank you.
Very good. Then are there any further questions before we release channel?
I have one more quick question
Yes?
related to the archetype, so I actually will aim this at Shoshana.
Yes.
I think it was Catherine on the phone who said she had multiple archetypes. Because I also feel like I have the same thing, and again, if we don't master any of them, they all don't really turn into anything. So my question is if we pull in multiple archetypes, or if we came down with multiple archetypes, is one of those archetypes the higher path, the highest path to choose?
We will share here. May we share?
Absolutely.
Dear brother, we will clarify your misunderstanding here.
Okay.
The one, and we do not wish to point fingers. So those that choose multiple paths and cannot stick to one has the archetype chaotic. They do not have multiple archetypes. They have that archetype chaotic. And they must master that, you see.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
It does.
And we will tell you that your job here is not to choose one archetype, but to blend them all.
Interesting.
Does this make sense to you, dear brother?
It does. So my next question would be, do I have the archetype of chaos, or is it one?
Yes, you do, dear brother.
Okay.
And you have, if we may continue,
Of course.
you have mastered that. You have it, but you control it. And you control it well. And you must turn chaos into production. When chaos is an archetype within a personality and they master it, it becomes production. It becomes focused, you see.
Mm-hmm.
This one we speak through Joanna. She has the archetype chaotic. Oh my goodness. And she has learned to control it through production. She focuses it. And she focuses it so well that people do not understand and think that perhaps she is overly intense. But she focuses chaos into production, you see.
Yes.
Now, that is what you must do to conquer the negative side of production, which is chaos. And whatever archetypes that, and I think, I do not know the pronunciation. It could be archetypes. We prefer archetype.
Right.
So if you identify, let's say, 5 or 6 archetypes, because there are many that contain many archetypes, because they bring many gifts into the planet, to blend those archetypes to become one with themselves and portray their gifts in a productive way toward the upliftment and divinity of humanity, then you have conquered all archetypes. Does this make sense, dear brother?
Absolutely.
Namaste.
Thank you so much.
Very good. Then we need to release channel. Shoshana, do you have anything you wish to say? You will most likely be back again this evening.
We will say this. We would like to share this. We would like to share how joyful the feeling is to give the truth. How joyful the feeling is to often zap people with the truth. We can zap, but we will say that it is like floating when we get to expound on that which all could use to move forward in consciousness, if that makes sense. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shoshana. Thank you for
Namaste, brother.
Namaste. Thank you.
Very good. Then we just simply, what you call sign off here. Shanti, peace be with you.
Shanti, peace.
Yes,
Be the one.
Are they included in the angel watch? Do you want me to say what time that is?
recording stopped.
Isn't the next thing